Hello money magnets and master traders, it's your Uncle Charters here, and I'm definitely seeing signs of a top being in. And I believe if SPY can stay below the 681 level on the daily chart, the top can definitely be in. However, it's not going to be that simple because Amazon reported earnings and it gapped up $20 to the upside. I will say this, if there is profit taking tomorrow with Amazon and with the amount of money that's just popped to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some profit taking and retail traders getting FOMO. But if there is profit taking, it would definitely help the SPY drop back to the upside, because with Amazon popping to the upside, it's around 243ish now. SPY is popping to the upside as well. You can see on the 15-minute chart here. So I'm going to cover all my usual ticker symbols, including today Amazon. I'm also going to cover Meta, and I'm also going to cover Microsoft. We are money magnets. Money flows to us. We do not put money on a pedestal. It is our slave. And we must embody master traders. It doesn't matter if we are master traders or not. We're going to embody it now. So here we go. We got the breakdown of the 681 level. It's a fib level. Why is that level so important? Well, it's the 23.6 fib level. And a lot of times when tops are in, I mentioned that we need a false breakout setup. But if we base it strictly on Fibonacci levels, the 23.6 fib level is usually the first level that needs to fail for a top to truly be in. Today we got that breakdown. And it's not looking too good because Amazon looks like it's trying to save the market. Now, how did I get these fib levels? I started from October 10th low and I brought it to the pivot all-time high. So 681 is the important level to watch. Below it, I do believe a top is in, and break it down. 679, 677 would definitely help out the bear case. That's the gap fill around 677. And I do have a fib level around 675.6. That level also aligns with this uptrend line. So if we start getting below 681, break it down 677 and break it down 675.6, that would definitely be bearish followed. But if we are above 681 because Amazon wants to play hero, you gotta watch that 5 daily moving average. As you guys know, when SPY is above the 5 daily moving average, it is bullish and it usually leads to new highs. But when we're below it, that means it's pullback time. So SPY not only needs to stay above 681, but it needs to clear 682.5 and the 684 level to get it back above the 5 daily moving average. And if that happens, I will be bullish in our favor. We pop back up to 688, 689.7. That's the all-time pivot high. And it would not surprise me if we go to new all-time highs. So most important level to watch tomorrow, 681. Below it, look to short, swing your puts, whatever you want to do. But above it, it's bullish. Bulls still have hope. Bulls still have a chance. And if we clear 684, that is your bullish follow through. QQQ, I also had the fib level from October 10th up to the all-time pivot high. We didn't break down the 23.6 fib level, but we closed just above it. And as you can see, it's popping back to the upside. And I'm not surprised with Amazon behaving how it's behaving. Not too surprised to see it pop back to the upside. But if there is bullish follow through, the level you want to see clear next is 630.5, 632, and 633.5. That was actually today's pivot high. If those levels clear, that's your bullish follow through. But if this is just a dead cat bounce, it needs to stay below 630.25, break down 629, 627, and definitely break down the 23.6 fib level at 625.69. Below 625.69, a top is in. But above it, bulls still have a shot to retest all-time pivot high and possibly set a new record. Now, Tesla intraday today was pretty choppy. So Uncle adapted and I did most of my analysis today for Tesla, and we made lots and lots of money if you followed the price action. But we can see on the daily chart that we did break down this multi-week trend line, uptrend line, so it is in breakdown mode. We also closed below the fib level of 441, so as long as below 441 or 443 highest, Tesla is bearish, and I do favor a lot more downside, possibly another $10 to $15 move to the downside. So stay bearish as long as Tesla is below 441. Next support's at 439.5 and 438. If those levels fail, we'll likely go test 434 or much lower. Do not go long unless 441 and 443 can recapture to put 448 or higher in play. NVDA actually broke down its 23.6 fib level. I started my fib levels from October 22nd low and I brought it up to the all-time pivot high. That's on October 29th. And we broke down the 23.6 fib level at 203.83. So as long as below it, Uncle is bearish. Bearish follow through would be to break down 202, 200, and 198.6. Those levels fail, we're going down lower. Now we managed to get back above 203.8 and NVDA managed to take out today's high. Today's high was around 206.16. I'll round it up to 206.2. That will be resistance level for tomorrow. So 205 and 206.2 clears tomorrow. We are bullish again. But as long as below 203.83, stay bearish and I would favor more downside. Now let's get to the elephant in the room. Amazon. It's at 244.6-ish. It's going to be very volatile. So, what levels do you have, Uncle Chartist? Well, if we look to the left, the all-time pivot high is at 242.5. That would be my equilibrium level. Above it, we are bullish, and we're going to go set some new records. Below it, we're going to pull back. It could be profit-taking time. I wouldn't catch FOMO. So we're above it and 244 and the level at 245.42 clears, more upside incoming. It's not profit-taking time. It's galaxy time. We're heading out to the galaxy. We're going to defy gravity. 244 and 245.4 must clear to put 248, 249.5, 251, and 252.76 in play. Possibly all the way up to 256. But if we drop below 242.5, get back below the all-time pivot high, we're going to drop lower with 241, 238.8 in play, and below 238.8 it's definitely profit taking time, and we're likely dropping down to 237, 235, 233 or much lower. Remember the pivot levels that Uncle gave you? Rewind this video if you need to and add them to your charts. Now Meta reported its earnings recently as well. It was yesterday and it dropped very low, as you guys can see, with a big gap down. What levels do we watch from here? Well, I do have a 664.29 fib level and resistance at 666, 669. If those levels clear, we're heading up to 671, 673, and I do have the next fib level at 674.3. That level recaptures, I'd be bullish and would likely pop up to 679, 681 or much higher. So remember, 666 and 669 clears, 664.3 would be in play, and above that I would favor Meta be in bounce mode. But if it's more downside is the plan, 664.2 must fail as support to put 663, 660, 658 and 656 or much lower in play. I would be bearish below 664.2 and definitely bearish below 656. Here is Microsoft. Now it looks like a cup and right now we are in the handle phase. Now one of the rules of trading a cup and handle is that the handle should not exceed more than 50% of the cup. Today we retested the 50% fib level, which is at 523.4. So above it, the bulls definitely have a chance at more upside for the handle to turn bullish and obviously get back to the previous all-time highs. It cannot drop below 523.4 because if it does, we are bearish. But if we're above it, I have next resistance at 529 and 530.74. If those levels clear, look to long. Below it, 523.4 must fail to put 522, 520, 518 and 516 in play. I would be bear buys below 523.4. Above it, above 530.74, it is bounce time. Now here is IWM. This is going to be the last one I cover today because VIX is boring. Nothing is happening with the VIX. If we want to see the VIX come alive, it need to pop above 17.5 and 20. Unless that happens, I probably won't cover it, but I will cover IWM for you. And it is looking bearish when it broke down the 245 fib level. It's not gapping up, unlike SPY and QQQ. So if it stays below 245, we can expect more downside with the next support at 243.37. And if that level's failed, 242, 240.8, 239, and 237.5 would be in play. If we are to get a bounce, 245 must clear, as well as 247. If those levels clear, 249, 251, and 252.7 or higher incoming. And before I let you go, I gotta share with you guys the DarkPool levels. Uncle love his levels. These are the DarkPool levels that the big money players are getting busy at. And the most activity is around the 686.8 level. 686.8. Where's SPY? SPY's around 282.2-ish as of recording this video. So that's a DarkPool level. It had about $694 million in premium. Didn't quite hit the $1 billion mark, but that's where most of the activity are. And second place comes in at 679.99. Sorry about that. 679.99 at $204 million in premium. I'd round it to 680. So use those levels the same way you use Uncle's levels or use your own levels. Above it, we look to long and we break those levels down. We want to look to short. Guys, if you want more content from Uncle Charters, definitely consider joining my Discord. I have the best Discord members in the world. They're my extended family. I love them very much. I love y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are the best. Peace.